Now at 6, city planners might soon breathe new life into the historic Joplin Union Depot. Plus, a tractor trailer overturns and spills a load of chicken feed across the crash site. And students in McDonald County get to work on their futures with a lesson about resumes.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Big change is coming in the weather. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
We do have big changes, which are going to be moving in as we go through the overnight hours tonight, and then really over the next couple days. For about 7 days, we've been into the 80s for highs. It's not bad out there for us right now. We have cooled down a little bit. We've had a couple little showers which have rotated through, but look at this. Look at the storms. Nebraska, central western Kansas, and these are actually going to head toward us later on tonight. I'm not really concerned about severe thunderstorms, but we could get a few stronger ones. Now, if you want to get outside this evening, it looks okay because I think any thunderstorms, they get in here after midnight. Showers and thunderstorms start to drive into the morning hours for us tomorrow. Also, much cooler temperatures. It's actually going to feel like fall. We're going to look at all this here in just a bit.
See you soon. A Commerce, Oklahoma teenager has passed away from injuries sustained in a car crash in Ottawa County, Oklahoma. Lane Dunbar was critically injured in a crash on September 16th. Troopers say Dunbar was driving at a high rate of speed on 560 Road a couple of miles north of Commerce when his vehicle left the road. It rolled multiple times before landing on its side. EMS took a 15-year-old passenger from Commerce to the hospital in critical condition. A 16-year-old from Miami and 18-year-old from Commerce were treated at a hospital and released. Dunbar, who passed away yesterday, was 17 years old. A tractor trailer hauling chicken feed overturned in Newton County, Missouri early today. It happened at Highway D and Raccoon Road near Stella. Stella Fire was called in to help direct traffic as the feed had spilled out all across the crash site. The driver was taken to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police in Parsons, Kansas have arrested this man accused of failing to appear in court for drug distribution, and they say he apparently had drugs on him when they found him. The suspect is Floyd Delmer Sales. He had previously been arrested on April 11th. When Sales failed to show up in court, police arrested him again yesterday. They say he had what appeared to be bags of methamphetamine and paraphernalia used for distribution. Customers at a Casey's convenience store in Marionville, Missouri helped thwart an armed robbery. Authorities say this man, Nicholas Justice, went behind the counter and began taking vape supplies before staff spotted him. Other customers struggled with the suspect to stop him. AMPD arrived and took Justice into their own hands, arresting him for robbery. It was also discovered the handgun he possessed was reported stolen at a nearby jurisdiction. Justice is currently held at the Lawrence County Jail. McDonald County students got a first-hand lesson on how to build a strong resume. John Newby, the McDonald County Chamber Director, sat down with some students in the high school today at the Performing Arts Center. He explained that a resume is a crucial tool for job seekers to showcase their qualifications, skills, and experiences to prospective employers. The lesson also gave one student a perspective on the importance of planning.
It definitely showed me what I need for the future. Showed me that I'm gonna have to prepare for these things instead of just kind of giving me a blind guess.
In addition to resume building, the session also looked at the importance of making a positive impression during a job interview. Coming up, more aftershocks from the police raid of a Kansas newspaper office. The latest development is a law enforcement resignation. Plus, we begin to spotlight area pumpkin patches, spook houses, and other area fall attractions. The Kansas police chief has resigned 2 months after the raid he ordered against a local newspaper. Marion County, Kansas Police Chief Gideon Cody stepped down from his position. Cody was suspended last week in the wake of the uproar from the August raid on the Marion County Record and the home of the paper's 98-year-old associate publisher who died the following day. Days after the raid, a county prosecutor withdrew the search warrants and asked authorities to return items taken during the raid. Former police chief also faces a federal lawsuit filed by one of the newspaper's reporters. Wichita police believe they've solved a 34-year-old cold case. 20-year-old Krista Martin here was sexually assaulted and murdered in 1989. Investigators are now naming Paul Hart as the suspect in that case. Hart died in a traffic accident back in 1999, 10 years after the crime. The case was cracked by recent advances in DNA technology, which was not available 3 decades ago. The Sedgwick County District Attorney is officially clearing the case based on the new evidence. In a press conference, the victim's niece, Amber Moore, thanked the cold case squad for their dedication in solving this murder. Dozens of people living in makeshift encampments on the lawn of the St. Louis City Hall will be forced to move eventually. A spokesperson for the St. Louis Mayor, Teresa Jones, said the city made the decision to decommission the encampment just after 10 p.m. last night by enforcing a city curfew law that would force out anyone who doesn't have a permit issued by the Board of Public Services or the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry. The mayor's office decided to postpone breaking up the encampment last night and instead work to find shelter for the people there.
All we asked for is what was promised. Fair housing for us, a chance. We understand that there's some of us that don't want to leave. This is their life, they like this. But there is some that actually want to get up, get out of this, and get out the program.
Outreach workers with the Department of Human Services visited the encampment today to, quote, facilitate individuals into shelters and to accommodate additional individuals who arrived on site. That's according to a city spokesperson. A little later, the countdown to district playoffs is underway. KOAM Sports Director John Dales takes a look at a possible playoff matchup a little bit later in sports.
Plus showers, even some thunderstorms rolling in late tonight and much cooler temperatures. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, another warm one for us today and a lot more clouds across the region, but it actually turned out to be a pretty nice day. A nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. We have a lot of mid and a lot of upper level clouds, and even rain chances are going to start to increase. Let's go to another shot. This is our National Night Out event, Heritage Acres Park, and this is actually going to start filling up here. It goes till 8:30 this evening. This being put on by the Wyandotte Nation Tribal Municipal Police Department. So another great event you can get out and do as we go through the overnight hours tonight. But if you are getting outside this evening, our temperatures right now, we're sitting into the upper 70s to near 80 once you get out across southeastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma. We're going to stay mainly dry through the evening. It's after midnight we'll start to see those chances for showers and thunderstorms increasing. 7th and Rangeline 78, southerly winds, a little bit of a breeze out there, but overall it looks pretty good. Slide back through the 70s, clouds thicken, rain chances increase, at least scattered after midnight for us tonight. Earlier this afternoon, we had a couple little guys kind of rotate through, a few little sprinkles, a lot of clouds, but it's out west where all the action is going on. Look at the showers, thunderstorms, Nebraska, central, western Kansas, down through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. A lot of severe weather as well. Nebraska, you can see back toward Hayes, pretty good little guy just to the east of Dodge, all the way down through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. Now, this line's going to head toward us, but it's going to massively weaken as it does head toward us. We're going to get scattered thunderstorms, but we're not going to get the severe weather. Look at the arrows out of Canada. So as this whole system works by over the next couple days, it brings in that cooler Canadian air. All right, let me step you through about the next 48 hours. Here's 1:30 in the morning, scattered thunderstorms and showers. Again, nothing too strong. They work in, very hit and miss, late tonight into tomorrow morning. But most likely tomorrow morning, we're at least going to have scattered showers. So we'll start wet. As we go through the morning, hit and miss showers across the region. Once we get into the afternoon, they're going to start to flare up again. So we could have scattered showers or a scattered thunderstorm anytime during the day tomorrow. Let's continue into tomorrow night. They start to flare up again. Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms tomorrow night, lasting into Thursday morning. So we'll stop at 6 a.m. Thursday morning, scattered thunderstorms, and then these will start to rotate out. We get sunshine, and look at our mid 70s by the time we get into Thursday afternoon. All right, day planner for you on Wednesday, 67 to start. We mainly hold into the 70s throughout the day. Hit and miss storms, scattered thunderstorms throughout the day. Again, nothing too strong, nothing severe. Potential rainfall, we're going to go all the way through Thursday. We got to see where the heavier bands set up, and I think a lot of us will pick up 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. And also, if you like the fall-like weather, watch the temperature trend over the next few days. 79 tomorrow, 76 on Thursday, only 67 on Friday, down to 40 Saturday morning. Our northern counties will get into the upper 30s.
Wow.
Fantastic weekend. It's going to feel very fall-like as we get into later on this week.
I guess brisk overnight.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Thanks, Doug. A historic and long vacant Joplin building might get a new life. A market research report on Joplin reveals the growth opportunities possible through the redevelopment of the Union Depot building. KOAM's Miranda Burton has that story.
Located in the north end of downtown, the Union Depot has sat empty since 1969. But since the state of Missouri acquired the property in the 90s, the big question has become what to do with this historic building. That's where Joe Borgstrom comes in.
Joe Borgstrom and Place and Main Advisors have done a lot of work for Main Street communities all over the country. So he came very highly recommended.
It's one thing to advertise a building. It's another thing to say, this building, plus here's all this data that says you can do it. And so the idea is really kind of lowering the bar for a potential developer or someone who might be interested in buying the building and doing something really cool with it.
The findings of his study revealed that not only is his plan viable, but there are also several avenues for success when it comes to the Union Depot. According to Borgstrom, the best way to ensure the redevelopment is successful is to make the building multi-purpose. Borgstrom's plan involves utilizing the space for a brewery, art gallery and museum, and office spaces. No matter what's in store for the Union Depot, there seems to be a shared desire to make this a space for the community.
That it become a publicly owned space and that it be leased for both business interests, and hopefully there would be a section of it that was used for more community education, preserving our history kind of things. But in the end, it's got to be economically viable.
Borgstrom's suggested redevelopment plan would cost around $6.7 million total. His findings currently project only a 4% return on investment. But, according to Borgstrom, the city shouldn't be deterred.
And one of the ways we can defer costs is through incentives. And so we mentioned state historic tax credits, we mentioned federal historic tax credits. Yeah, there are other incentives that could potentially be at play.
The estimated incentives total about $3.4 million, covering about half of the projected cost of redevelopment. Through it all, members of the Downtown Joplin Alliance encourage the community to stay involved in the growth of the Union Depot building.
Developers from all over the country would be much more inclined to submit proposals if they knew these were projects that the community itself was already invested in.
Reporting from Joplin, Missouri, this is Miranda Burton, KOAM News.
According to Downtown Joplin Alliance, Borgstrom's research will assist them in answering questions for prospective developers. The next step is sending out a request for proposals to get redevelopment started. Still ahead, Jasper High School volleyball puts its undefeated record on the line today. Plus, Joplin and Webb City softball square off in a postseason tune-up. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
We've begun the final week of regular season in high school softball in the state of Missouri. 9 days from now, district playoffs begin, so teams are rounding into their postseason form as we speak. Tonight, one of the bigger matchups in the area features Joplin and Webb City. A couple of COC teams that also happen to be in the same district, so this very well could be a playoff preview this afternoon. Webb City coming in at 22-10, going 4-1 in the Springfield tournament this weekend. The Eagles just beat Glendale yesterday to improve to 14-12. We'll have highlights from this one tonight at 10. Meanwhile, two more District 7 teams square off in Carthage. The Tigers are also 14-12. They've lost 3 straight entering this evening's game. Tough draw, Neosho comes in at 23-6. Yesterday, the Wildcats lost their first game in 13 tries. Elsewhere, Carl Junction plays its second to last home game of the regular season against Willard. The Bulldogs won their last home game against Carthage a week ago. Willard comes in with a 16-8 record. Then over to the final regular season game of the year for McDonald County in the Big 8. The Mustangs have Monette coming in. For Monette, this is part of a 3-game road series to end the regular season. Cubs go to Webb City, then Hillcrest to finish. And we're a month into the 2023 MIAA volleyball season. Missouri Southern has quickly shown itself to be a contender. The Lions are 3-3 in conference play, but they get one of their biggest tests of the season tonight as they head on the road to Central Missouri. UCM has won all 6 of its conference matches so far this season. The Lions are 3-3. Their 3 MIAA losses have come to Central Oklahoma, Washburn, and Missouri Western. 2 of those 3 coming on the road, but an opportunity for a season-changing victory tonight. Just got started in Warrensburg. We'll keep you updated on the score tonight. And over to high school volleyball, Jasper hosts Drexel this evening. The Lady Eagles, one of the most impressive teams in the area, sporting a 22-0-1 record. They've only lost 2 sets all season. We'll have more from their match against Drexel tonight at 10. And it's October. That means playoff baseball is here. Unfortunately, neither the Royals nor the Cardinals are participating this year, but it is a chance to check out more teams in the playoffs in just the second year of the expanded format. 3 wildcard teams make it from each of the National and American leagues. Just over a decade ago, that number was just 1. In the National League, the Brewers, who just played the Cardinals last week, host the Diamondbacks tonight in Game 1. That one just getting started. All wildcard series are best 2 out of 3. The other NL matchup also having Game 1 being played tonight. The Marlins take on the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. Philadelphia hoping for another run to the World Series like last year. That's it for sports. We're back after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Joplin Civil Air Patrol cadets are honored with a special ceremony we're going to show you. Plus, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We're going to learn about the importance of getting screened early and often, and how women are getting a chance to decide future policies of the Catholic Church for the first time ever. Those stories and a lot more, of course, it's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. This month, we're highlighting various area pumpkin patches and spook houses and other places where you can enjoy autumn activities. And one of those is Old Yale Farms in rural Frontenac, Kansas. In addition to pumpkin picking, there are a lot of family activities, including hay rides, a zip line, miniature golf, cane pole fishing, petting zoo, a giant slide, and a jump pillow. You can also try your hand at gold mining, they say. Old Yale Farms is open every Saturday and Sunday. Day passes are $13 for adults, $16 for children. And when you get out and enjoy these fall activities, it's really nice when you have fall weather to go along with it. That's exactly what we have in store.
Yeah, this weekend is going to be a fantastic weekend because we are going to get really our first true fall-like weekend. We are going to have scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms tonight, on and off showers tomorrow into Thursday morning, and then we settle in to the fantastic, kind of brisk fall-like weather.
I'm loving it. We're going to leave you tonight with another live look at the National Night Out event. It's underway right now. This is a live picture from Heritage Acres Park in Wyandotte, Oklahoma. See you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.